So it's a little after 12 noon. This is James Spann, and I thought we would take a little bit of time here and take a look at the tornado warning down in southeast Alabama. This is a tornado warning that is currently in effect for basically Dale County. The storm is moved out of Coffee County. Originally, the storm that prompted the warning was in Coffee County, not too far from Enterprise. And now the rotation is pretty much over the Fort Novacell property, which you can see right here, and it's moving pretty much due east. And this will be crossing U.S. Highway 231 relatively soon, and this will be about halfway between Dothan and Ozark. And again, just to get your bearings straight here, the rotation is right here. This is the community of Newton. This is U.S. Highway 231 right here, and this is Ozark. Ozark is not in this polygon. So again, this is for Dale County, Ozark not in the polygon. No part of Houston County is in this tornado warning polygon. And again, the warning will be in effect most likely until about 12:30, and most likely it's going to be canceled before that. Let me double check that. The expiration time actually is in 6 minutes at 12:15. So again, this is the second tornado warning of the event. We had one early this morning for parts of Lamar and Fayette counties, and the storms are getting a bit stronger now that we're starting to see the daytime heating process resume here. And again, this is a storm in southeast Alabama that will be crossing the circulation part, crossing US 231 between Ozark and Dothan in Dale County down in southeast Alabama. And we should mention that we also have severe thunderstorm warnings in effect out ahead of this line. And you can see that severe thunderstorm warning polygon is for southern Geneva and southern Houston counties. Right in through here, that's Geneva County, and this is Houston County. And again, this is your tornado warning right here. So at the moment, the city of Dothan is here, and there's no formal warning of any type for that part of Houston County. But to the south, a severe thunderstorm warning, including Cottonwood down to the Florida state line. And again, we've got that isolated tornado warning for parts of Dale County as the line pushes on through. And the good news, this is a one-and-done kind of thing. Once the line of storms pass, that is it. Thought I'd show one image of that storm. Now, this was taken from Enterprise a little earlier this morning, looking east. This was taken from Boll Weevil Circle just before the 167 North turnoff in Enterprise, looking back in that direction. And again, in Alabama, we all know that tornadoes are rain-wrapped, and they're awfully hard to see, but it certainly looks like there's a distinct lowering there and a wall cloud, if nothing else. And again, that is that storm that is in Dale County at this point. So it's 12:10 on Monday, and we are live because we have a tornado warning in effect for the next 5 minutes for parts of Dale County down in southeast Alabama. And you can see the line of storms extending from near Eufaula in Barber County down to Ozark and Geneva. And again, within that line, we've got that one trouble spot right there. And again, you can kind of see the inflow notch and the reflectivity. And again, there's a look at the velocity. And the circulation, it's still there. It's not really a classic tornado circulation, but the reflectivity's got the inflow notch and the hook, and we're still seeing rotation there. So we'll see if the Weather Service in Tallahassee extends this. And for those that don't know, the counties in southeast Alabama are served by the National Weather Service in Tallahassee, Florida. In fact, I probably need to pull their chat session up here. The one good thing about the modern communication is the fact that we are all together on chat sessions. And it looks as though that they have canceled that tornado warning. So again, I just pulled up the chat session with the Weather Service. I'm sorry, they've canceled it for Coffee County. They continued the warning for Dale counties. And then the reason for that, the storm is out of Coffee County. That's what we've got there. So again, we have a tornado warning in effect for Dale County for about 3 more minutes, and we'll see if they choose to extend that. And again, just to get your bearings straight, obviously the main highway of concern here, it's going to be US 231, which is right here. That's the main route running through that part of Alabama, southeast Alabama. And again, the circulation is going to be crossing Highway 231 Looks like it'll be about maybe 8 to 10 miles southeast of Ozark and about 15 miles northwest of Dothan. And again, the circulation is totally out of Coffee County. So again, if you're an enterprise, you have no risk from a tornado circulation. Obviously, you've got rain and thunder and lightning. And again, you can see that the rain has really tapered off in Enterprise, just light rain falling there. The heavier storms are coming through Eufaula, Ozark, then down to Geneva. And in terms of the warnings, again, we've got the tornado warning in effect here. This is for Dale County for this circulation that's about to cross Highway 231, about 8 to 10 miles southeast of Ozark. And then down here, we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for southern Geneva and southern Houston counties for the line segment that's going to be coming through south of Dothan. That would include the city of Geneva. And really, for Geneva, the risk is over for you. The storms are now east of there. That'll be coming over toward Cottonwood and south Houston County. But again, the reason we are here, it's this line segment right here. And again, we've got a potential tornadic circulation that will be coming right across Highway 231. Now, we're getting pretty close to the radar here, and we're getting a pretty good low-level sample, but it's the evidence is clearly still there right here. And it's coming off the Fort Novacell property, and it's going to be passing just north of the community of Newton. But again, the clear advice at the moment is the fact that nobody should be driving along U.S. Highway 231 between Ozark and Dothan between now and about 12:30. Is the last place you want to be is in a car, obviously. And for a lot of folks, this is spring break week. Now, for a lot of people, it was last week. For some people, it's this week. And a lot of folks take Highway 231 right down to Panama City Beach from higher latitudes, if you will. But again, we also, of course, advise that no one be in a mobile home. Obviously, that is not a place to be during a tornado warning. You want to be in a shelter or just some business that can serve as a shelter, a gas station, a fast food restaurant, anything like that. And if you are in a site-built home in your safe place, that would be a small room on the lowest floor near the center, no windows. We prefer for people to wear a helmet of some type. A bicycle helmet is perfect. A motorcycle helmet, batting helmet, football helmet. And again, most people that are seriously injured in a tornado, it comes from blunt force trauma above the shoulders. And by putting on an inexpensive helmet like that, that really makes a huge difference like that and mitigates your chance of being hurt badly or maybe losing your life. So a helmet is a big deal. And this is for everybody. And there's our new tornado warning. And I figured that would be extended. So let's see who's in and who's out. So this is the new tornado warning, and this does extend over into Henry County. It does not include any part of Houston County. All right, so once again, this new warning will be in effect until 12:45 for the next 30 minutes. So we have a tornadic circulation right here near the community of Newton in Dale County that is moving almost due east, a little north of due east. And again, that circulation will keep on coming out here into Henry County. And to get your bearings straight, Headland is right here, and Headland is in this tornado warning polygon. The community of Newville is right here. You are in the tornado polygon. Midland City, you're right on the southern extent of the polygon. And again, let's make it perfectly clear here that Ozark, there is no danger to you from any tornado here. Dothan, this will not affect you in any way. This segment that is producing the possible tornado is going to pass between Dothan and Ozark. And again, that circulation is going to be crossing Highway 231 in just a matter of minutes. And obviously, we prefer that nobody, and I mean nobody, be out on Highway 231. And once it crosses 231, it's going to be coming out into Henry County. So again, Highway 431, of course, that's the major north-south highway here in Henry County. In fact, let me try a better illustration here. That blue line, that's US 431 right here, coming from Abbeville down to Headland. And, of course, Highway 431 is in that polygon, basically from Newville south down to Headland. I was actually just in Headland a couple of weeks ago. Saw the third graders at Headland Elementary School, and what a great visit that was. That was just outstanding. I love the Wiregrass in Southeast Alabama. Love spending time there, and again, that was an amazing visit. I mean, it was really good. And so again, everybody within this new polygon, and again, this is a new tornado warning polygon effective until 12:45 this afternoon. You need to be sheltered, and again, in a site-built house, it's a small room on the lowest floor near the center, no windows. You do not need to be in a mobile home. You cannot be in a mobile home. There's no safe place in a mobile home, a trailer. You need to go to the community shelter. Get there as quickly as you can. And if you don't have a community shelter, just go to a gas station, a fast food restaurant, any business that's open. And many of them are willing to serve as a shelter. And we're very thankful for that. But again, if you're in this polygon, you certainly cannot be in a mobile home and you cannot be in a car. Those are the two worst places to be. And again, in your home, lowest floor, you don't have to be underground. Just lowest floor, small interior room near the center. Put as many walls between you and the tornado as you can, and put on a helmet. And we'll get through this thing. And the one good thing about this is a one-and-done thing. This is not going to be a multiple round of severe weather type situation for Southeast Alabama. And for the rest of the state, we should mention here that the severe weather risk is over. So let me expand the view out here just a little bit and show where we are standing here. And obviously, the severe weather threat in Alabama is now confined to the southeastern corner of the state. The line of storm stretches from near Eufaula down to Ozark, and again, pretty close to Hartford down in Geneva County. And we have a tornado warning in effect for a small segment of the line. You can see that right there. That's our tornado warning for a part of Dale and Henry counties. And this is a relatively small tornado warning polygon, and that's the right thing to do. You don't want to make those things too big. You don't want to get too many people taking tornado precautions that don't have to. But for the rest of the line, for example, the segment coming through Eufaula up here, sure, it's windy, and you might have some small hail, and it's gusty, and it's pouring rain, and there's a lot of loud thunder. But remember, that has nothing to do with severe criteria. To be severe, you have to have 1-inch diameter hail or larger, or 58-mile-per-hour winds or greater. And so, again, that is not severe. The storm that's up around Eufaula, and pretty much the same thing for northern Henry County. If you're in Abbeville, again, you're going to have loud thunder, heavy rain, gusty winds, maybe some small hail, but not severe in the classic sense. And at this moment, it looks like Dothan might get away with the same thing. We just don't see any evidence that the storms are severe coming into Eufaula, Abbeville, Dothan. But again, the main concern is down here in extreme southern Geneva and extreme southern Houston counties, down toward Cottonwood and Hartford, where we could see maybe some strong straight-line winds. But again, this stuff's going to be out of here pretty soon, and that's good. So let's stop the animation here, and let's go back. And again, you can clearly see kind of a hook-type configuration on the radar, and this signature is going to be passing just south of the Fort Novosel radar site. And again, the radar site is right here where you see the donut hole. I thought I'd take maybe a little different angle at this. Quickly, let's, just for the fun of it, check it from Maxwell Air Force Base. And there's probably going to be a lot of attenuation, but you can clearly see it. Again, this is coming from really north of Montgomery. And again, the beam is going to be a lot higher. This beam is going to be way off the ground. In fact, let's see, I think we can do a beam calculation here. It should be probably almost 8,000 feet off the ground down here. But again, we got it on the Maxwell Air Force Base radar. And let's go to one other look at this thing. This is coming from Eglin Air Force Base. And again, it's got evidence of it there as well. But obviously, the best radar site to see that is the one that's close. But sometimes when you get it awfully close like that, it can be fairly hard to see. But we've clearly got an inflow notch right here. And if we've got a tornado, it's going to be right down here. And it's really kind of skirting the southern part of the polygon. It's basically crossing Highway 231 now. And again, it's moving in the general direction of Headland. So again, if you are in Headland here, you need to be sheltered. Go through your tornado plan now. And again, watching all the different reports coming in from the social media channels, and we're always thankful for that because ground truth certainly helps in a situation like this. But understand, if you're up here in the northern part of this polygon, you still need to be sheltered as well. We say respect the polygon because we mean that. Polygons are drawn to allow for room for error. So again, Newville down to Headland in Henry County, and then back over as far south as Midland City. And again, we will watch things very carefully as the situation evolves here. And I also note we have some new severe thunderstorm warnings that were just issued. So let's expand everything out and take a look at those. Looks like we have severe thunderstorm warnings in effect now for parts of Houston, Geneva, Dale, and Henry counties. This is basically a big old polygon to include that entire line. So the Weather Service in Tallahassee is going to basically include that whole southeastern corner of the state now in a severe thunderstorm warning. So now if you're in Dothan, no tornado warning, but a severe thunderstorm warning. Abbeville, same thing, no tornado warning, but a severe thunderstorm warning. The winds could be high enough in spots to possibly create some tree and power line damage. And again, obviously the concern is right in here. That's your tornado warning polygon. And again, that's a fairly small segment of eastern Dale and western Henry counties. And one of the things we also want to do is take a look at the CC product and see if we can see any evidence of debris that is being lofted. So this is correlation coefficient, and really it's just noisy. I mean, you might consider looking at this spot right here, but we'll have to watch for consistency over the next few volume scans. But that's not a really classic TDS. And again, for the correlation coefficient product, we use that to determine debris being lofted, and that will let you know that there's a tornado down. And again, I would not call that a TDS at this point, but it's clearly something we'll have to watch. But again, we've still got that hot spot on the radar, which is right here in the southern part of this polygon. And again, we stress that based on the current trajectory, that rotation is moving in the general direction of Headland in Henry County. And of course, Henry County is in part of the polygon as well. So again, we're not seeing classic tornado debris signature at this point. But again, we'll watch the trends, watch for the next few volume scans. So it's 12:25. If you're just joining us here, this is James Spann. We're live because we have a tornado warning in effect for southeast Alabama. And this is in effect for a small part of Dale County and a relatively small part of Henry County. We have a tornadic circulation that is located just north of Midland City. It's crossed over Highway 231. So let's just give an all clear now from Highway 231, that's US 231 west. We'll give you an all clear from any tornado threat here. The greatest concern is now going to be east of US Highway 231 in the general direction of Headland in Henry County. And it's not really a classic tornado signature at this point, but again, we're still seeing evidence of the inflow notch, and the signature has been fairly consistent. And again, I'll just show you what this thing looked like. Now, this was earlier. This is when the thunderstorm was just east of Enterprise. In fact, this shot was taken from the circle around Enterprise near Highway 167, looking back off to the east. And again, you can see that there's pretty clear evidence of a lowering and a wall cloud. Now, whether there's a tornado there, it's hard to tell. Tornadoes here are rain wrapped. There might be one. But again, from that particular shot, it's awfully hard to tell. But that is the storm that's about to cross over into Henry County out of Dale County. So again, let's go back and check the radar here. And again, just to get your highway straight here, this is Alabama Highway 134 right here. Highway 134 runs from US 231 over to Headland. You've got Dothan Regional Airport, Napier Field, which is right here. If you drive that stretch, and I did that last week, you'll drive right by the airfield there. And again, your circulation is right there. And the circulation is moving a little north of due east. And again, that circulation is going to take it near or maybe just north of Headland. So once again, the encouragement here, if you are in Headland, you got to be sheltered. And again, this is we encourage people to take every tornado warning seriously, including this one. Hopefully, the circulation is aloft. But remember, we're literally within a stone's throw of the radar site, and which means we have a good low-level sample of this thing. We're looking right at basically at ground level on the lowest tilt, which we're looking at here. And once again, let's take a look at the correlation coefficient, and it's just noisy. I don't believe there's a tornado debris signature here. Now, when debris is lofted, if a tornado is down, it takes a little while for the debris to be lofted and to be detected, and for a lowering in the correlation coefficient product for us to define that as a TDS. We don't see that yet. That's basically just a lot of noise at this point, which is a good thing, and we hope that's the case. And again, the best possible case here is the fact that this is it's not down and it's broad. And I will say that the velocities are not extremely high and through here, but clearly that segment of the line is spinning. There's rotation up in the mid-levels. And again, it's moving at a pretty good clip. Let's see, the Weather Service has this moving due east at 40 miles per hour. And the circulation is near the Dale-Henry County line. And again, just kind of zooming out a little bit here to get your bearing straight. Ozark is right here. Dothan is right here. And that rotation is right in here. So the possible tornado, and again, this is a radar indicated tornado, is about 8 to 10 miles northeast of downtown Dothan. And again, it's in a situation where it's just kind of going right down Highway 134 from US 231 back over to Headland. It's going to pass. It's passing a little north of the Dothan Regional Airport, and on this trajectory, it's going to put it into Headland here in about 10 minutes or so. Going at 40 miles an hour. It's not going to take that long. Understand there are no traffic lights and no traffic jams with thunderstorms. In fact, with every volume scan, you can see the change. There's the new volume scan, and there's the rotation right there. And again, the town of Headland is right there. So again, the encouragement is for everybody to stay sheltered. But again, I did a great visit to Headland a couple of weeks ago. It was so good. Home of the Headland Rams. In fact, I should be wearing my Headland shirt, my shirt that I have here. But those school administration folks are just great in Headland, and we're very thankful for them. They take care of those kids. And I honestly don't know who's in and who's out this week. Years ago, Alabama's spring break, everybody had spring break the same week. It was called AEA, Alabama Education Association. There was a meeting in Birmingham, and every school had the same week off. Now it's all staggered. Different schools have different spring break weeks. But again, a lot of schools did not they decided just not to go today because of the weather. Some had a delay. But again, the bottom line is we've got that polygon that's down here in the extreme eastern part of Dale County. And again, if you're in Ozark or US 231 or points west, the danger is all past you now. In fact, the circulation is basically on the county line. It's moving out of Dale into Henry counties here. And let me check and see what other shots we're seeing down here. I'm seeing a few videos of small hail. I've not seen any damage from this so far, which is a good thing. And again, I'm on the chat session with the Weather Service in Tallahassee, and they're going to go ahead and call a TDS on this thing, a tornado debris signature based on correlation coefficient. Again, the circulation is now into Henry County, only about 2 miles west of Headland. So again, obviously, if you're in Headland, you've got to be sheltered, and that circulation will be coming basically right on top of you. So let's look at the CC product here. And again, it's really, really, really noisy here. Let me kind of run the animation back. We'll kind of watch it together. And it looks like for a brief volume scan or two, there was evidence of perhaps a pretty well-defined lowering right there, but it's a lot harder to see right now. But again, just don't worry about all these maps we're showing you. The one thing we've learned from social science studies is the fact that people tend to react better when they actually see a storm instead of looking at all these colors. And it can be bewildering. For those that aren't trained in meteorology, this can certainly look like a bucket of spilled paint here. But just understand that what we're telling you is that there's good evidence of rotation near Headland in Henry County. And it looks like a new tornado warning is going to be coming for Houston County for areas south of Dothan for a second circulation down here. So let's take a look. And again, we are seeing some evidence of rotation down here actually in the city of Dothan. So Dothan, you are now under a tornado warning polygon. You saw it pop up. So now we have 2 tornado warnings down here in southeast Alabama. We have one for the city of Dothan. So Dothan, this thing is coming through right now. It's on Ross Clark Circle. And it's about to come right through the middle of town. So if you're in Dothan or anywhere east of Dothan in Houston County, you need to be sheltered now. And again, I know it's inconvenient here in the middle of the day on a Monday at the lunch hour, but again, a new tornado warning for Houston County and the extreme southeastern corner of Henry County for a possible tornadic circulation that is located basically moving into downtown Dothan right now. The northern circulation is the circulation that's near Headland. So we have circulation 1 and circulation number 2 down here. The northernmost circulation, the one we came on for originally, that is exclusively now into Henry County. So if you're in Dale County, the risk of a tornado is ended there. Anybody in Dale County, you can go about your normal routine. But for circulation number 1, the northern circulation for Headland, you've got to be sheltered. You've got to stay sheltered. You should have been there 15, 20 minutes ago. But again, this is the new circulation that we're seeing moving right into Dothan. Again, this is Ross Clark Circle, the circle that goes around Dothan. And that circulation is just west-southwest of downtown Dothan. And it's pretty much moving a little north of due east at about 40 miles per hour. So again, Wright Dobbs, he's one of the lead forecasters there, based on the fact that Dothan obviously is a population center and these things can spin up pretty quickly in a situation like that. They think the course of least regret is to go ahead and issue a tornado warning for Dothan. So again, Dothan now under a tornado warning and areas in Henry County east of Dothan. Highway 52 out toward Webb. And again, you've got Ashford, that's in the Polygon, community of Cowarts, and the community of Columbia. And, of course, the Chattahoochee is there, and then you go over into Georgia. But with each volume scan, we can still see pretty good evidence of storm rotation right over Dothan, pretty close to Flowers Hospital. And, again, if you look at the reflectivity, you can't see much at all, but if you look at the velocity, you can see it. And that's the one thing. For a long time, I'm so old, I worked radar before we had velocity products back in the 80s and even back in the late 70s. And so having the velocity that we gained in the early 90s with Doppler radar, that's just a godsend. And, of course, now we have the correlation coefficient product with dual polarization. We can see debris being lofted. And, again, we'll take a look at it. If we have anything in Dothan, we're not going to see that yet because this thing just kind of got started. But let's take a look at the northern circulation. And again, this is not really a TDS. We're not seeing it in Headland at this point. We are seeing still broad rotation. And I will say the rotation is not as well defined as it was. It's become rather ill-defined, in fact. And again, this is the northern circulation near Headland. So again, the tornado warning remains in effect until 12:45 for Henry County. But on the last couple of volume scans, the velocity signature has gotten a lot more muddy. So Dothan, the tornadic circulation, if there is a tornado down, we don't know that, but we've got circulation on radar. It's now over on the eastern side of town. It is basically crossed through the town of Dothan while we've been talking here over the past 5 minutes, and that's about to exit the eastern side of Ross Clark Circle, and it's going to be coming out for areas east of Dothan. Again, there's the latest volume scans. So, again, if you are within the inner part of the circle here in Dothan, the risk of a tornado is ended for you. So if you're in downtown Dothan, anywhere within the circle, Ross Clark Circle, you're okay. The circulation is now east of the circle, moving away from Dothan. And again, the next communities out here would be Webb along Alabama Highway 52. Then you've got down to the south down here, you've got US 84, the town of Cowarts, and the town of Ashford down here. And but again, the way the trajectory has been for these, that's going to be moving a little north of due east, something like that. It'll be crossing Highway 55 north of Ashford. And again, for those that are watching in other parts of the state not familiar with this is the southeastern corner of Alabama. The rest of Alabama, you're done with it. Once the line of storms passes, that's it. This is not going to be a multiple wave type event. So if you're in Montgomery, even Enterprise, Ozark, the risk is over for you. So again, we're hanging with this. We got a tornadic circulation, possible tornado. Let's stress that. We don't have any sign that this is down for sure. But the circulation is east of Dothan. And again, the tornado warning is in effect. And let me just say the warning up here for Dale remains in effect for 7 more minutes. And that's the circulation near Headland. But really and truly, we have pretty much lost it. The circulation that came north of Midland City crossed Highway 231. And again, it looked pretty good for a while. In fact, we had potential TDS for a while on that, but the storm has weakened a good bit coming down Highway 134, and we just don't see much there at all. And I would imagine if that, of course, continues, they're not going to extend that warning past 12:45. So, again, if you're in Headland or Newville, stay sheltered for about 5 more minutes, and I think at 12:45 we will be able to for sure give you an all clear. The most active or more aggressive signature on radar is the circulation that is east of Dothan. And again, it seems to it looks like it wants to go down Highway 52 down here toward the community of Webb. And again, this is US 84 down here. And this is Avon here. This is Ashford here. And most likely the circulation is going to stay north of US 84, closer to Alabama Highway 52. And it will be in Georgia fairly soon. Once we get this thing across the Chattahoochee, we'll let our friends over in Georgia take this. But keep in mind, Columbia, you're in the polygon as well, including this very small part of southeastern Henry County here. But again, we got a lot of folks I know in Henry County that are sheltered right now waiting for an all clear. And give us just a few more minutes, and hopefully we can do that. I would suggest what's left of that broad circulation is over here, about to exit that polygon anyway. So again, shortly we can give an all clear to Highway 431 and points west. Not quite. We're not quite ready to do that. And again, looking at the signatures, I will say both of these are pretty weak at this point. I would suggest that for both signatures here, this and this, that's not your classic tornado signature. I've been doing this a long time. This ain't my first rodeo, and I've seen a lot of tornado signatures in my life, some good ones and some bad ones that produce tornadoes. And these are very, very, very low-end threats here at this point. Could they ramp back up? Sure, and that's the one thing you don't want to do is cancel a tornado warning and then it ramps right back up. It's cyclical, and you have to reissue the thing. You don't want to just do that. So you watch it for volume scans and watch for trends, and if it just stays weak and ill-defined like that after a while, the tornado warnings will just go away. Again, we're live at 12:41. We're watching one tornadic signature that is east of Dothan, and it's broad circulation. Let me rephrase that. We're watching one broad circulation that is east of Dothan and one broad circulation that is a little northeast of Headland. And again, both of those are moving to the east-northeast, and they're going to be traversing the eastern part of Henry County and the eastern part of Houston counties down in southeast Alabama. And again, we've heard of no damage. That's a good thing about it. I've heard of no damage from Dothan The one thing about it, when something happens, I will find out about it. I'm so thankful for people that take the time to send us images, photos, when it's safe, of either thunderstorms, severe storms, or damage, because it really helps us warn people downstream. But I've just not seen any evidence of any damage in Dothan from the circulation that came right through the middle of town. And again, Dothan will give you an all clear if you're in the city of Dothan. The broad circulation is now well to the east of you. And Headland, we can give you an all clear. If you're in Headland, the circulation there is now well east of you, northeast of you. So that 431 corridor, Headland down to Dothan, the risk of the circulations are now well to the east and moving away from you. So Dothan, all clear. Headland, all clear. Newville, all clear. And let's see, the warning that's in effect for Houston County. Well, first off, the Weather Service has canceled the warning that's in effect for Henry County. So again, that's going to go off the board. So Henry County, the warning has officially been canceled. So again, Headland, Newville, Haleburg, no warning there. In fact, let me get my circle off of there. So the only concern that's still got a tornado warning going down here, it's this one right here, and that's in effect until 1 o'clock for the eastern part of Houston County. And as long as the polygon is there, our advice, respect the polygon, stay sheltered. Begin Dothan, you're good. Headland, you're good. The risk is over for you. This is US 84 right down here. And again, this is Alabama Highway 52 right here. And that circulation is closer to Highway 52. 52 is the northern highway. US 84 is the southern highway. That's Alabama 55. And again, you can see that circulation is right there. But thankfully, we're just not seeing any damage reports. The wind up at the airport near Headland, the Dothan Regional Airport, gusted to 41 miles per hour. And that's not even close to severe criteria. Keep in mind, to be severe, the wind has to be 58 miles per hour or greater, or hail 1 inch in diameter or larger. So really, the storms have pretty much come through in a sub-severe kind of way, which is a good thing. So let's kind of do a reset real quick and take a look at our big picture here. We have a line of strong storms rolling through southeast Alabama this morning, or this afternoon. We're now at 12:45. Some of us had not slept much over the past day or so, but that's okay. That's what we do here in the weather business. And again, we've had one tornado warning polygon in effect down here for parts of Houston and extreme southeastern Henry counties. There is a severe thunderstorm warning for the entire length of the line, and we should mention that. But again, we stress, if you're in Ozark, Enterprise, Geneva, the risk is over. You're done with it. If you're in Eufaula, the risk is over. You're done with it. The line of storms now stretching from near Abbeville down to Headland and Dothan, right down Highway 431. And again, that area of circulation that we have been watching is east of Dothan. So again, in terms of any tornado threat, if you're in Dothan, the risk has ended for you. And it's very, very, very broad right in through here. And again, that's just not really a tornado signature here. We'll see if the Weather Service in Tallahassee opts to leave this in place. The warning is in effect for 13 minutes. It goes out at 1 o'clock, and they'll probably leave it in play until 1 o'clock this afternoon. But again, the good news, we have heard no damage. And again, I got a lot of traffic, and I'm looking at a lot of reports, and at this point, I'm just not seeing any sign of damage there, which is a very, very good thing. And really, this whole event has been a pretty calm event. For most folks, it was just rain, a little small hail, gusty winds. For most of the state, this was a big nothing burger in terms of really high impact weather. And that, it's the one thing we try and do in the weather enterprise here, or at least in my part of the weather enterprise, is reduce the amount of hyperbole. We can't control what the YouTubers and the TikTokers say. That horse is out of the barn. It's never going to come back. Every thunderstorm will be some type of tornado outbreak. But in the weather enterprise, those of us that are professionals, we have to have a level head. And when it doesn't look bad, we need to tell you that. it's a very low-end threat here, which this thing was. However, when it is a high-end threat, and those don't come along that often, but they do, that's when you do use strong language. But if you use strong language every time you have a thunderstorm day, then nobody's going to pay attention. It's crying wolf. And we've got to reduce the number of false alarms in the weather enterprise. We have to reduce the amount of hyperbole in the private sector. And we've just got some work to do. And again, if you do what's right for the people, you'll be successful every time. This is a servant position. That's what we do here. So the reason I'm yakking away, it's 1247. We have a tornado warning for southeast Alabama. This is for eastern Houston County. This is for areas east of Dothan and a small part of extreme southeast Henry County. And there's just a very, very, very broad circulation here that's about to cross Highway 55 between Webb and Ashford. This is about 10 miles east of Dothan. It's moving pretty quickly. I would suggest that this is moving at 40, 45, maybe 50 miles an hour based on the way it's zipping through the volume scans here. And it's going to be crossing into Georgia here in a matter of minutes. The town of Columbia sits right here. And again, this broad circulation is right here, moving like that. But again, it's going to be in Georgia here in a matter of minutes. And once that happens, we'll end the live stream, and then I've got some other duties I have to do. And for those that don't know, I do a lot of things during the day. I did not get to my school today, and I hate that because this was the second time that we had rescheduled Mathis Elementary in Foley. I was scheduled to be in Foley down in southern Baldwin County this morning. And because of the severe weather threat, obviously, you can't be doing a school program. You've got to be at your post here. So we're going to be in Foley a week from today. So guys down, thank you for being patient with me. And hopefully we won't have that problem next Monday. But again, there's clearly really no strong evidence of any tornado here, and that line is going to be sweeping off into Georgia fairly soon. So we could pretty much wrap this thing up. So again, for 10 more minutes, we'll have a tornado warning in effect for the northeast part of Houston County and the extreme southeast part of Henry County down in southeast Alabama for a band of severe storms that, and again, it ramped up pretty quick coming over Dothan, but I've heard of no damage in Dothan, and it was still, even then, it was relatively broad. It wasn't a classic signature, but the Weather Service in Tallahassee just thought, well, the right thing to do is to issue a tornado warning just in case a quick spin-up happens here. And conditions are not overly favorable for tornadoes. That's the reason we have no tornado watch with this. We have a severe thunderstorm watch. But even the good news, the winds have just not been that bad. At the Dothan Regional Airport, which is really closer to Headland, the winds gusted to 41 miles per hour, and that's not even close to severe criteria. To be at severe limits, you need 58 mile per hour wind. So I would imagine within this line, most of the wind gusts are sub-severe, but still, you get a 40, 45 mile an hour gust, a 50 mile an hour gust, a weakened tree that comes down on somebody's house or a trailer or a power line, and that's a high impact type thing. But that line of storms will be into Georgia soon. And one more time, if you missed it, this is what this thing looked like coming out of Enterprise. That was a pretty good shot of a lowering. And again, I think it's safe to say we have a wall cloud here. Now, whether there's a tornado down, it's just really kind of hard to tell from that particular shot. In fact, let me zoom in here just a smidgen. And that's a little closer look at it. I'd say that was a wall cloud, not a tornado. That was, and again, that's on the Bollweevil Circle right near where Highway 167 goes north, looking back to the east. In Enterprise about 1 hour ago, and the storm was there and the warning was first issued. And again, that's what's been traversing through southeast Alabama this afternoon. But again, the good news, we're just looking at a very broad circulation right now, and the broad circulation is about to move into Georgia. Let's see, here's a gust of, here's a gust of 54. Now, that's almost severe criteria. That wind gust of 54 occurred at Slocum down in Geneva County. And this was a cooperative weather observer. So again, the storms down at Slocum in Geneva County produced a wind gust of 54. And that could blow down some trees. But again, just to stress, Headland, you're good. Dothan, you're good. Abbeville, you're good. And even the risk of a tornado over there in far eastern Houston County is very low, and the storms are about to cross the river and go into Georgia, and that warning will expire here at the top of the hour. So at this point, I got to wrap this up. We'll get back to another duty here in a minute. We will be back with our next video briefing at about 2:45. 2:45 this afternoon. We've got other issues this week, especially north and west of Alabama. Wednesday, we'll take a look at that when we come back at 2:45. And if you're new here, these updates are simulcast on my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. And whenever we have active warnings like this away from my home TV market, this is where you'll find me. When we're in the Birmingham market, we're on the ABC 3340 YouTube channel. But if you want to watch on Roku, whatever, just get the YouTube app and you can find us. Just subscribe to both of those channels, the James Spann channel, which is this one, and the ABC 3340 channel. They're the ones with the blue checks, which means it's verified. So that'll wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching. And again, we will be back here at 2:45 with the next video briefing. We will see you then.